Japan's foreign minister said he's disappointed with Australia's threat to take his country to court over its Antarctic whale hunts, and Australia vowed to approach the International Whaling Commission as soon as possible. The comments from Japanese Foreign Minister Katsuya Okada followed 2 days of talks with officials in Australia over Tokyo's research whaling program, which kills hundreds of whales a year in Antarctic waters. The talks come amid an increasingly aggressive fight between the Japanese whaling fleet and US-based activist group Sea Shepherd, which pursues the whalers each year in an attempt to thwart the hunt. In January, a Japanese whaler struck Sea Shepherd's high-tech speedboat Ady Gil, which sank a day later. Earlier this month, Sea Shepherd's ship, the Bob Barker, and a Japanese harpoon boat collided, causing minor damage to both vessels. The day before Okada's arrival, Prime Minister Kevin Rudd said Australia would take international legal action against Japan if the programme was not stopped by November. Okada said Tokyo will defend its hunt in any legal forum, saying it is an allowed exception to the International Whaling Commission's 1986 ban on commercial whaling. The position of Australia and Japan on the whaling issue is different, but we are in agreement that we should continue with objective and constructive discussions with a view to a diplomatic solution in the International Whaling Commission and between the two nations. Should action become a reality, Japan will seek to represent its case in the IWC in supporting the fact that its activities are legal and within the convention. Australia, a staunch anti-whaling nation, has long threatened to take Japan to court over the programme. Whale meat not used for study is sold for consumption in Japan, which critics say is the real reason for the hunts.
The Australian government has thought very carefully about this issue and in the last week or so has come to the conclusion that Australia will pursue before the International Whaling Commission a proposal which would see whaling in the Great Southern Oceans phased out over a reasonable period of time. And that is a position that we will put formally to the International Whaling Commission in the very near future, potentially as early as tomorrow. Very importantly, we agree that whatever our difference on whaling, we will not allow this to jeopardise the strength and the growth of our bilateral relationship, which, as I describe it, is a comprehensive economic, strategic and security partnership.
At a later press conference, New Zealand Prime Minister John Key confirmed his country's stance on the issue.
New Zealand is opposed to whaling in the Southern Ocean. We've made that quite clear. We've also made it clear our preference is to try and find a diplomatic solution. And I think that's actually what Australia wants to do, is find a diplomatic solution. That's why they're holding off from taking a court case before November. So, look, if the diplomatic solution fails and the only option available is a court action, at that time we'll consider whether we'll join Australia, but I wouldn't want to jump to conclusions that we would. There's a lot of complications with it, and everyone, I think, understands the issues. The only thing I would say is that any court case is likely to take a long time to resolve. If we really want to save some whales, then coming up with a diplomatic solution has got to be a faster way of doing it than a court case.